Today's video is all about milk paint. If you've ever been afraid to use it, don't be. It is so fun and yes, unpredictable, but so worth it. Follow along while I work on two projects, one for my house and one for resale, and see how easy it is to use. So for project number one, I found a shelf while out thrifting, and we have a small house, and we always are looking for storage pieces to add some extra space to our space. So I am mixing up Lantern by Sweet Pickins Milk Paint, and we are doing equal parts of water to equal parts of our powder, and then we're going to go ahead and mix this up. And this is actually like a navy blue color and not actually black. So you won't notice it until maybe the very end pictures, which reminds me to tell you all, hang out to the very end to see the final results of our projects today. I do this process the same every time, and because I'm trying to get back into the swing of making videos again, I may have missed things here and there. So for that, I apologize. I am just using my beeswax bar to go over any of the sharper edges so that we get a little bit more distress on this. Some of this is very raw wood, and I don't think the paint on here has been sealed. So I want to make sure that I get some distressing where I want it to be. So I'm also going to go along that beadboard and back and make sure to do the lines of that so that we get some distressing back there as well. And while I am painting this piece, let me go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Sandra, and I'm the owner and creator here at Midwest Charm. I specialize in repurposed, upcycled vintage home decor, as well as all of your DIY needs. You can find the products used today on our website, www.midwestcharm.co, and you can find me on all of the social medias under Midwest Charm. So make sure you check us out. So when you're putting milk paint on, sometimes this first coat can look kind of iffy. However, this paint is very, very pigmented, especially the black, especially the black. So I actually get really, really incredible coverage, and I actually just go in with one full coat and then another like half coat, mostly on that back section where the brown was kind of peeking through in spots. Once this is done, I do give this a sand down, and because we used our beeswax bar, those parts lift super easily and gave me some beautiful distressing on this, and I did seal it in. I used white oil wax on this black because I really wanted it to highlight any of the cracking and chipping that I got, and I knew that the dark oil wax would just blend in more with that dark paint, so I went with the white. Make sure to check out that at the very end of this video. For project number two, at the same time I found that shelf, I found this little wooden house. And while I really loved the shape and I really loved the idea of it, I did not care for the color. And there were these wooden hearts on here that I just had to pop off. I just used my fingernails and pulled them off and set those aside and sanded it smooth. You can see where the star was. I am using a flour sack for this project, you guys, and we are going to be doing 2 to 3 coats on here. I do 2 and then I touch up with that third coat. And again, we are going to go in with our beeswax bar and we're going to highlight. This is a really rough piece. Again, it's super duper raw wood and I know it's going to soak up the paint. So I want to make sure I am getting some of these original colors to pop through at the end. So I am running over this with that bar, and then we're going to go in with our paint. And like I said, equal parts water to equal parts powder. And we're just going to paint right on top of this beeswax. It doesn't shift, it doesn't move. I'm able to go over the top of it and it turns out beautiful. And you'll see here again, milk paint is really pigmented. So I do get pretty decent coverage, but I did do 2 coats on most of the parts. And then any part like where there was the edges where it may have been a little bit more rough, I did go in and stipple in like that third coat, and I did use my heat gun to dry in between each layer.
My vision for this piece is to have it in a bunch of my spring vignettes. I think this is going to look so super cute with nests and birds and all of the spring things, and I really can't wait to use it for that. But I'm also going to probably list this in one of my whatnot auctions. We have a couple themed ones coming up, so you guys make sure to hit me up for that. I'm going to link all of that below in the description. We have one coming up on February 28th that is Hen and Hare, or Hare and Hen, I can't remember. It's a raid train that's going to run all day on February 28th. And then the one that this one will be in is going to be in April. And it is the 25th and 26th of April. And it is our vintage garden party. So you can expect all things garden related, rusty, crusty, floral pots and anything with flowers and teacups, and just anything you can imagine for a vintage garden party. And I think this fits that theme beautifully. And you can see here there are wires in the window, and I did paint them. I did not paint anything inside of this. I could have probably sprayed it with some like white spray paint before I started, but I'm okay with the dark on the inside. So I am going to get this completely painted up, and then we're going to show you our final project. And here are our final projects. I love how these turned out. The shelf goes in my bathroom and it matches my shower curtain, as you can see in the back there. And I think it is amazing. This gives us a spot to hold a couple extra towels. I have a candle on there, a plant, and then some little decor. It turned out perfect. And this little house, you guys, look how chippy and amazing this turned out. You can see those colors underneath, but they're not overwhelming now, and they don't look so aged and icky. They look clean and crisp and beautifully spring.
And there you have it. 2 projects. Simple, easy. The one's already hanging up, and the other one is actually right here. And I am getting ready to do a couple whatnots that are themed, which is what some of this other stuff is around me. I'm working on pictures and getting it listed. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. It really does help small businesses like mine. Hit that like button if you like this type of content. Think about subscribing if you haven't yet. Hitting that little button down below to subscribe doesn't cost a penny, and it definitely helps me out as well. And we will see you guys all next time. Bye.